Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Crispy, and I sense it's time for some more Palworld. Well, everybody's talking about OP bases. I thought I'd share off mine because I'm pretty sure nobody else has found this spot right here. What's more OP on a base than having your very own private dungeon? That's right, this location is super flat and super beautiful, as well as it comes with one sulfur deposit right there, which, great, whatever, but that's not the important part. The important part is that it comes with a private dungeon. Dungeons are fantastic because while they do lock down after you're completing them and do not reset for an entire day, they are still incredibly useful, and you can still do a lot of fun things in order to get more stuff. But here's the location right here. It's south of the sand dunes and north of everybody else's favorite locations. It seems to have gone under the radar. And again, it has a fantastic view. You got nice scenery. It's good accessibility. If you have to move bases, it's very close to checkpoints and waypoints. And you have a lot of places to build. And this can work as your main base or as just a farm base, is what I'm using it for. And why it can work as your main base without any ore deposits is specifically because of the way dungeons work. Inside every dungeon, you're going to find a ton of ore. And as far as also a ton of ore, you're also going to have the opportunity to catch a bunch of pals. And the other great thing about dungeons is there's a way to reset each room. And when you reset each room and you go back to it, there's a new set of pals. This doesn't work for the ore, however, but it's still very good for getting a ton of ore once a day. And you have to do it manually, but bring a mining pal with you. It's not a big deal. So now we're going to jump into the actual dungeon. I'm going to show you around. And I'm pretty sure every single map is exactly the same, and every single dungeon generates exactly the same. Not 100% sure on that. If there's a difference, then someone will say. But basically, if it is, this is one of the easiest dungeons because it's incredibly straightforward. And every time I loaded in, I had a random set of pals able to catch. And sometimes they're ones that you just don't see for a very long time, or maybe they're in harder to reach places. So right here, there was some bees. And this is a great way to farm XP because now we took out those bees, but we can easily go into another room and we'll get more pals and they'll generate again. And once you go one complete room over, you can go back to a previous room and they'll have regenerated. I don't do that here because I like to show you what I do with the bosses. This is a new trick that we figured out one night, me and my buddy Solo. Now, I made a short already about how you can reset the dungeon bosses, but what we figured out was as long as you don't kill the boss, you can go, and if they have little minions like this guy does, you can farm the minions. So we're going to kill these, well, we didn't mean to kill that one, but you can farm these minions by capturing them and getting XP this way as well. And as long as you don't kill the boss, take out the small ones on the side first, then hop back on your pal. Obviously, it makes sense to bring a ground mount with you into these dungeons. So that's what I'm using. I'm using Greyhound right here. So I hop back on the pal and I leave the boss with, he took some damage, but we didn't kill him. And so we sprint away. That was one entire room over. We're back 2 rooms away. There's a brand new pals are generated in that room. We could stop and capture them if we wanted to, but for the sake of the video, we're showing you that now we go back to the boss room, and because we went one full room away, wait a second, boss loads in. And it's another boss with minions. So now we can run up and we can grab these minions again. We engage, we collect, we get some XP. And as long as you don't kill the boss, just hop back on your mount, run 2 rooms back, and you can repeat the process again. It does require a little bit of timing. It does require a little bit of dodging and weaving and making sure you can stay alive. But, as long as you can pull that stuff off, you can do this as many times as you want. And you can also do this just to try to find the specific pal you're looking for and get a boss version of it too. Take a peek this time. It's Catress. We have enough Catresses, and they also don't have minions, so we're not going to mess with that one. So we run away, and we're going to reset it. Let me know in the comments below if you found any other cool base locations like this with any surprises that you haven't seen other people mention before, because I found this to be incredibly interesting to find a dungeon set up in a perfect location like this. And so we take a peek, and it's a Musanda. We don't need a Musanda. Now, we ended up having some minions follow us into that room, and that room right before the boss has to remain clear, otherwise the boss won't reset. And you can see those guys are trapped in this room, and because of that, it didn't allow the boss to reset. He's still just there. So basically, you have to always make sure that this room is 100% clear. Don't let any minions follow you in. So these 2 guys, they screwed it up for everybody. Oh well, just clear them out or go another entire room back. And as long as you're on a fast mount, it's not really a big deal. So I reset, and obviously I've already aggroed an entire room of guys again. But now we can make our way back to the boss room, and it'll reset and we'll have a new boss. This time it's the Cinnamoth, and this time we are satisfied. We're going to take down the minions, and we're going to take down the boss. Ideally, you want to capture the boss because boss versions sometimes have better stats and sometimes they're stronger. In this case, though, Rayhound didn't know his own strength. Or it wasn't Rayhound, I ended up busting out my Wixen. If you guys don't know about Wixen, Wixen's a low OP. Don't see a lot of people talking about this pal either, but he's an incredible fire pal. And just comes with wicked damage. Those fire tornadoes are crazy. So he ends up wiping out the boss, but you still get to clear it. You still get your fun loot, some pretty good loot there. And then when you exit, the dungeon will be on a 10-minute reset, or a 10-minute timer before it resets. And basically all you can do at this point is just go back in here and mine, because absolutely nothing will spawn after you beat the boss. You can still go in and out of it, but there's nothing else in here except for the ore. So you might as well grab some ore and take advantage of it that way. So basically, your first time around, farm it for as many pals as you want over and over and over again, as long as you don't beat the boss. Once you're satisfied and you beat the boss, you come back in here, mine it for all its resources. You have to 10-minute timer though, because then it will completely shut down for 24 hours at least. I'm not 100% sure on that timer, but I'm 90% sure it's a 24-hour timer. Someone will let me know in the comments below if that's not correct, I'm sure. But there you have it. An incredibly under the radar OP base location that I'm sharing here with you. So remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I do stream Palworld. I do have a dedicated PC server. You guys are welcome. Just join the Discord, and the Discord will have all the links to become a part of the community. And I really hope to see you there. And until next time, always remember, stay crispy.